Does anyone else remember the Dottie Loves line from Target? Oh my God, I loved this line. I thought it was so fun. I had completely forgotten about it until somebody a while back was like, who remembers Dottie Loves? And just instantly transported. This was a Target exclusive line that launched in 2005 specifically for tween girls. And everything from this line just made me feel so fancy and cool and feminine. And it just had the funnest, like chic early 2000s aesthetic to it. It was a blast. And they had all different kinds of products for this line, lots of different clothing items, lots of different items labeled as dance wear with fringe and things you would wear to dance class. They also had pajamas, some different accessories like jewelry and hair accessories, including these fake hair extensions. They had some makeup items like some different lip glosses, bags, this jelly camera, which Barbie made the exact same one, so clearly that was just like a copy and paste item. They had night lights and eye masks. These eye masks are so like specifically drilled into my brain. So are the CD cases. Don't know why. Lives in my brain rent free. They had some different room decor, these party kits, even a cowboy hat with a tiara, and school supplies. I'm so sorry if you can hear the outside noises. They've been quiet all day until the second I start filming. Everything outside is so loud and obnoxious. I don't understand how they know I'm filming, but it happens every time. All of the clothing items had that very fun 2000s aesthetic with lots of animal prints and faux fur and feather boas and sequins. Very like I'm a pop star in a 2005 movie, or Libby Lucor, if you will. I remember wanting an overnight bag that had like a faux fur trim, but actually I had this like faux leopard fur overnight bag that I used for my ice skates as a kid, and I'm pretty sure it was from Dotti Loves. The illustrations for this line are so freaking cute and fun. I would call it a mix of like the shoe diva aesthetic meets the curly girly aesthetic, but really it was just the 2000s designs of illustrator Kirsten Ulve. Kirsten was so incredibly kind to chat with me about the making of and the behind the scenes of Dotti Loves, and shared some never before seen photos of behind the scenes and creating the illustrations for this that I'm so excited to share with you. So Target had asked Kirsten to create a young character for a girl's store within a store, which is what they called the line. And they wanted her to be called Dottie because it was based on the dot in the center of the Target logo. That's where the whole Dottie thing comes from. And there's lots of dots incorporated into this line. And I had no idea that it was based on the dot in the Target logo. Kirsten was thrilled with this opportunity, and she said at the time it was her biggest contract to date. Here are some photos with her and the Target rep who flew to New York City to meet with her. She also shared that the timeline to create this line was really short, so she didn't even do sketches. She went straight to color work. In 2004, this is the first version of Dottie that she drew up with this big dot-shaped head. Target then asked her to make Dottie look a little bit older and more like the Palty Girl characters that Kirsten had already been creating for a Japanese hair brand called Daria. And this Dottie became the final version. There were also a few different trial versions of the logo before they, of course, settled on this one. Oh, and originally Dottie had a pet monkey that played guitar. Obviously, why would she not? Dottie got some friends to go along with her who all look so cool. I was obsessed with these illustrations as a kid. I'm still obsessed with them. They look so cool. I love how these are drawn so much. There were also a couple of pets like Spotty the poodle. You'll notice a lot of dots in her fur. Again, going back to that based on the dot in the Target logo. There was also a black cat with one green eye and one blue eye. And this cat was actually originally white and was based on Kirsten's childhood cat, Samantha, who had one blue and one green eye. And they changed the color of the cat, but the eyes stuck, which is really cool. Kirsten actually didn't have anything to do with the products they made or how they put the designs together. She simply did all of the illustrations, sent them to Target, and then Target likely had an in-house person that put all the designs together and decided what items they were gonna make and did some of the basic designs like flowers on the necklace or a zebra print frame, whatever it was, but the actual illustrations of the characters and the logo were all done by Kirsten. You might also be thinking, I recognize that artwork from somewhere else though. Yes, Kirsten also did the 2004 version of the Mall Madness board game right before she did the Dotti Loves line, so very similar aesthetics and just so much fun. I really want to get my hands on this version of Mall Madness again. I loved it so much. You also might have seen her artwork in Glamour and 17 magazine, and if you love her art style like I do, be sure to check out her website and her Instagram. I'll link them down below. Everyone wants to know what this fun style of art is called, and when I asked Kirsten, she said that there wasn't really a specific name for it. It was just the style she was doing at the time, but she once had someone told her that it was like a Russian illustrator Erte meets the Powerpuff Girls, which I can kind of see. They also put out a couple of mix CDs to go along with this line with popular curated songs. Do you remember when you could go to Target and in the electronics section, they had those like CD sample stations and you'd put on the headphones and you could click the button and it would play like a sample of the CDs. I loved those. The Glam CD had artists like Jesse McCartney, Raven Simone, and Sixpence None the Richer. And the Rock CD had artists like They Might Be Giants, Lalaine, and Simple Plan. Now, around the same time, there was another store called Mervyn's that had just put out a line called Pinky's Palace. And this line has a very similar aesthetic to Dotti Loves and also has a black cat character. So you might remember this as well, but those are two separate things. Two separate lines. So what happened to this line? Kirsten told me that at the time it was popular for these companies to buy periods of usage, which is like renting artwork. And for Dotti Loves, the period of usage was 2 years. So upon renewal for this line, Kirsten's agent tried to negotiate a new deal to keep Dotti going, but ultimately Target didn't want to pay, so Target did discontinue Dotti Loves in 2007. This is obviously not Kirsten's fault, y'all. All good things must come to an end. And actually, this is kind of good because Kirsten was paid properly for this line and doing the artwork. Nowadays, a lot of illustrators are not paid well for their art. In fact, a lot of companies are somehow getting perpetual rights to artists' work and still paying them less money. So we need to go back to this paying artists properly and not having their artwork forever and ever and ever. That's just not fair. I am so grateful that I got to experience this line as a kid. It was definitely a core memory and so much fun. I love the illustrations, and the whole early 2000s aesthetic is just phenomenal. A huge thank you to Kirsten for her beautiful artwork and for taking the time to chat with me all about the behind the scenes and to send me these photos. I am so grateful. It was so cool to hear the behind the scenes. I was just like giddy when she was sending me all these messages. So thank you, Kirsten. Please go check out her website and Instagram. She still has such fun, amazing artwork. What line or product should I talk about next? If you love all things nostalgic like me, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. I'm also going to start posting shorts on this page. I had like a second YouTube channel and I was posting all my shorts there, but I'm gonna put it all on one. So there's gonna be shorts coming to this page soon, and if you want more nostalgic content, be sure to check out my TikTok and Blue Sky. Both are Madi Hearts, always linked down below, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll be back for our next nostalgic adventure. Thank you for watching.